So, my last couple of videos have been about masks and costumes. Purim is a dress-up festival, and the story of Esther is a story of masking and unmasking, concealing and revealing. Here are a few ideas to tie up this mini-series about masks. We have all had far more experience with masks in the past year than we ever imagined we would or we would ever want. We have experienced day after day how much we want to see a person's whole face. You know, we often talk about the eyes being the window to the soul. And you think of fancy costume balls in the movies where someone holds up a mask to cover their eyes. This year it's the mouth we haven't seen, the words we have trouble hearing. I myself haven't quite sorted out everything there is to learn during this pandemic about faces and masks from the experience we are still in. One thing I do know is that it's not true to say that a whole face is always something real and authentic, and a mask is always something fake and a way to hide. In America, we have this idea that there is the true you when you are on your own, versus a mask imposed by society, or a mask we take on deliberately just to get by in social life. Writers like Emerson and Thoreau and Whitman and Hawthorne in the 1800s expressed that in classic literature and essays. There's a grain of truth, but it's not the whole truth. The grain of truth is that we do have to ask ourselves whether what we display to others is true and comes from inside or not, whether there's an Esther, a hiding, covering over a Hadassah, an inner beauty. If not, it could be a mask that we just need to take off, but only if we know for certain what our truer face is. Most of the time, a mask is a negotiation. It's deciding how to dress or look, or what energy to present in a group, and maybe it's different in different groups. That's not bad in itself. It's part of the process of figuring out who we are in relation to other people and with their help. There are even masks we can use for being an individual or being a rebel. A mask can come in the form of a compliment that you wonder if you deserve, which makes you ask yourself if you're an imposter or a fraud. That's not bad either, if it prods you to reflect. Masks can be imposed on us by the assumptions people make from their first impressions of us or their superficial observations before they get to know us. Then it's a process of unmasking ourselves, revealing ourselves, asking people to see our face instead of the mask. Sometimes we want to show our real face and not a mask, but we don't know what it is. We don't know what we really want to reveal. Then masks can actually help. We try on masks until we get the right one, or the one that isn't a mask anymore. We try on the masks we are offered, or we choose some to try. It's what the psychologist Lev Vygotsky called the zone of proximal development, something within reach we lean on until we grow through it and move on. We can't create ourselves from scratch, only from masks. That's what Esther did. She was given masks she didn't want. She tried them. She used them. She saw if she could make them her own. By the end, she knew better when she could take off a mask entirely, and when she could use a mask to know herself better. One thing for sure, we all want to see each other face to whole face as soon as we can. What do you think about masks and faces? Tell us if you'd like in the comments, and make sure to pass this video along. Chag Purim Sameach. May we all have a happy Purim.